Yasas, Kalimera, Posesa. We are in a country where people living in for over 40,000 years. It has one of the oldest language in the world that's still used. It is known as the birthplace of democracy. It is famous for its ancient philosophers like Plato, Socrates, Aristotle, to name a few. And it inspired the Olympics. It has like 18 UNESCO World Heritage Sites. And it has like 6,000 beautiful islands. So welcome from Greece. We visited Rhodes, Lindos and Symi, and I would like to give you a special historical insight and also just share the experience. I hope you enjoy. Lindos is about 40 km south of town of Rhodes, and its fine beaches make it a popular tourist and holiday destination. Lindos is situated in a large bay and faces a fishing village. The eastern location of Rhodes made it a natural meeting place between Greeks and the Phoenicians, and by the 8th century it was a major trading center. Above the modern town rises the Acropolis of Lindos, a natural citadel which was fortified successively by the Greeks, the Romans, the Byzantines, the Knights of St. John's and the Ottomans. This makes the site difficult to excavate and interpret archaeologically. The Acropolis has views of the surrounding harbors and the beautiful coastline. The island of Symi is mostly engaged in tourism, fishing and trade. It was first part of the Roman Empire and then the Byzantine Empire, until its conquest by the Knights of St. John's in 1309. The island was formally ceded to Italy in 1923. In 1943 it was occupied by the Nazis. At the end of World War II, the surrender of German forces in the region took place on Symi to the British, and the island was subject to 3 years of occupation by them as a result. Symi was finally rejoined with Greece in 1948. The island has become a heaven for tourists, especially British and Italians. Today is one of the most popular tourist destinations in Europe. Rhodes has a long and impressive history. Rhodes Island was very famous worldwide for the Colossus of Rhodes. It was one of the 7 wonders of the world. This giant bronze statue of sun god Helios was documented as once standing at the harbor. It was completed in 280 BC and destroyed in an earthquake in 224 BC. No trace of the statue remains today. Rhodes became a part of the growing empire of Alexander the Great after he defeated the Persians. The Byzantine era of the island history came to an end when the island was occupied by the Knights of St. John's. Under the rule of the newly named Knights of Rhodes, the city was rebuilt into a model of the European medieval ideal. Many of the city's famous monuments, including the Palace of the Grand Master, were built during this period. The Palace of the Grand Master, also known as Castello, is one of the few examples of Gothic architecture in Greece. The site was previously a citadel of the knights that functioned as the palace, headquarters, and fortress. In the 19th century, the island was populated by ethnic groups from the surrounding nations, including Jews. Later, in 1912, Italy seized Rhodes from the Ottomans during the Italian-Turkish War. In 1943, the German army, which succeeded in occupying the island. At the Paris peace treaties, Rhodes was united with Greece in 1947.